Hi, I'm Lucas Wennersten with 49th Parallel Wealth Management. Unfortunately, volatility is part of investing, and we're seeing a lot of that lately. Since their peaks in December, markets in the US are currently down about 20%. Even in a market correction, there are things you can do to improve your financial situation. Today, I want to talk to you about one thing you can do to turn a negative into a positive, and that is Roth conversions. Roth conversions should always be coordinated with your long-term tax planning. So for this example, we will be assuming that a Roth conversion was planned for this year regardless of market conditions. In this example, Charlie sold his business in 2024. He's been working hard and he wants to take a year off, so he will have no earned income in 2025, and we are going to pretend that he doesn't have any other income sources. Charlie has been putting all of his 401k contributions into Tesla stock, and he now has about 2,000 shares of Tesla stock. Tesla peaked at around $484, and at that time his 401k was worth about $968,000. The Tesla stock price has since dropped to a low of around $218,000, making his 401k worth $436,000, or a drop of about 55%. Charlie is not sure what his future income will be, so he wants to max out the 12% federal tax bracket with a Roth conversion in 2025. If Charlie had done his Roth conversion when Tesla stock was at $484, he would have been able to convert 262 shares. If instead Charlie does the conversion when Tesla stock price is $218, he will be able to convert 582 shares, a difference of 320 shares. If we assume that Tesla stock makes a full recovery back up to $484, Charlie will have converted almost $155,000 more with no change to his tax bill this year, but a big decrease in his tax bill down the road. Now let's take this example a step further and see what happens if Charlie moves to British Columbia in 2026 and starts taking IRA or Roth IRA distributions soon after. To compare apples to apples, $126,000 after being converted to Canadian dollars is $182,656, putting you in the 40.7% combined tax bracket in British Columbia. At that rate, maxing out the 22 or 24% tax brackets in the US is almost a no-brainer. If Charlie's Canadian taxable income ends up being more than that, and he ends up in the 50 or 53% brackets in British Columbia, then it may make sense to convert the entire IRA and go up into the 37% tax bracket. That would be true whether the Tesla stock price was $484 or $218. But Charlie can get more bang for his buck by converting when share prices are low. As you can see, he can convert his entire IRA to a Roth IRA and remain in the 32% tax bracket if he does it when share prices are at $218. 32% is a steal from a Canadian perspective. Remember that the more Charlie converts to a Roth now, the lower his income will likely be in retirement. He may not need to convert all of his IRA to keep his taxable income where he wants it in the future. He should only convert what he needs to so he does not pay tax unnecessarily. And he needs to make sure to account for state taxes also when deciding how much to convert. Lastly, Charlie only owns one stock in this example, but most portfolios are more diversified than that. Volatility usually goes both ways. So if you have securities that have been particularly hard hit, but you are optimistic about their future prospects, sell those securities and convert those first so that rebound growth is tax-free. Charlie's Roth IRA will now be tax-free to him in Canada, and it will avoid the deemed disposition tax upon his death, allowing his heirs to enjoy 10 additional years of tax-free growth. When it comes to investing, I do not believe in market timing. At the same time, sometimes opportunities come along that you know you may not get again for a while. Nobody knows how low markets will go or how long it will take them to recover. Keep your eye on the ball and do what you can to improve your situation while you can. Call us if you want more perspective. From the desert to the tundra, we are your cross-border retirement experts.